Ever wondered if a woman's secretly attracted to you, but she'd never say it out loud? There are quick, subtle 5-minute sex signs women flash when that spark is there, even if they act like nothing's happening. Most guys miss these signals and brush them off as normal friendliness. But once you know what to look for, you'll notice these clues everywhere, even in casual conversations, ready to find out what most men never notice until it's too late. 1. She playfully breaks social norms or rules around you. Let's kick things off with something you probably haven't noticed before. If a woman drops her filter around you, swearing, joking about things most people avoid, teasing you about risque topics, she's showing you a different side. This isn't just being comfortable, she's testing the boundaries on purpose, fast-tracking comfort and ramping up the tension. When a woman decides she doesn't need to play it safe, that's one of the boldest signs she's interested. It's a subconscious act of trust and attraction, because attraction for women isn't about logic. It's about feeling something unpredictable, exciting and real. The more she breaks the rules, the more she's showing that she's emotionally safe with you, which is one of the key triggers of female desire. 2. She initiates inside jokes or secret codes. Early. Have you ever had a woman give you a nickname, bring up a funny moment between you two, or use a phrase that only makes sense to you both? She's not just making conversation, she's building a just us bubble. Creating inside jokes or private references early on is her way of marking you as someone special and fast-tracking a level of intimacy that can easily lead to something more. When a woman does this, it's her way of saying you're in her circle, and she feels a special connection that separates you from every other man she talks to. These inside jokes also act as a bridge between emotional comfort and physical attraction. It's like emotional foreplay. She's mentally connecting first because the female mind always links emotional closeness with desire. 3. She exaggerates her reactions to your touch or jokes. Notice if she laughs a little too hard at your jokes, even the ones you know aren't that funny, or acts shocked in a playful way when you tease her. If you touch her arm or hand, does she pause, maybe shiver, or hold the touch a second longer before acting like nothing happened? These little overreactions are her way of turning up the emotional charge between you without having to spell anything out. This kind of playful exaggeration is often a sign that she's feeling a rush of adrenaline and dopamine around you, both of which are tied to physical attraction. So when her reactions seem a bit too animated or her laughter lasts just a little too long, she's not faking it. She's subconsciously enjoying the emotional chemistry that's building. 4. She tests you with mock resistance or dares. You'll sometimes hear her challenge you with things like, "You can't guess what I'm thinking," or even toss out a, "You couldn't handle a girl like me." This isn't her shutting you down, it's playful resistance. Women use these little dares and mock arguments to create tension and see if you'll step up and play along. It's her way of saying, let's see if you can handle a little back and forth, because in her mind, a man who stays calm, confident and playful under pressure is instantly more attractive. This mock resistance is one of her favorite subconscious tools to gauge your emotional strength and sense of humor. If you respond with confidence and ease, she feels drawn in because it signals that you're emotionally grounded. 5. She drops hypotheticals involving you too. Pay attention if she brings up scenarios like, "Imagine if we got locked in here overnight, or if I lost a bet, would you be my punishment?" These aren't random comments. She's running a what-if scenario to see how you'll react. The more daring or playful the scenario, the more she's feeling that spark with you. These hypotheticals are her way of exploring the idea of being close to you without directly saying it. Women do this because they want to maintain emotional safety while still testing your interest and sense of imagination. When you respond smoothly or playfully, it reassures her that the attraction is mutual and she feels safe to express more of it. 6. She forgets to maintain polished body language. If she suddenly seems way more relaxed around you, maybe she sprawls in her chair, lets her posture drop, or absent-mindedly exposes a bit more skin by adjusting her top or taking off her shoes. It's not by accident. When a woman is attracted, she often forgets to keep everything polished. Her guard comes down and her body language gets more open and comfortable, a physical sign her interest is overriding self-consciousness. This moment, when she drops her perfect posture or nervous habits, shows that her body feels safe in your presence. Her breathing slows, her shoulders relax, and her movements become softer. It's a silent signal of comfort, connection, and trust. 7. She shows you her phone, but watches your face, not the screen. Ever notice a woman sharing a meme, a song, or a random message, but instead of focusing on her phone, she's watching your reaction? She's not really showing you the content. It's an excuse to get into your space and see how you respond up close. If she lingers during this little show and tells she's hoping to create more intimacy than just talking about what's on her screen, the reason she watches your reaction is because your emotional response tells her everything she wants to know about your connection. She's checking if you get her sense of humor, if you share her vibe, or if she can read attraction in your eyes. 8. She starts mirroring your speech patterns or slang does. She suddenly starts using your favorite phrases, copying your way of joking, or even matching your tone. That's mirroring, and it's a powerful subconscious sign of attraction. When a woman starts to sound more and more like you, sometimes picking up on things instantly, it means her brain is syncing up for rapport and connection, even if she doesn't realize it. Mirroring happens when she's emotionally invested and trying to align her rhythm with yours. It's a subtle way her subconscious says, I like how you make me feel, and I want to stay in that energy. The more she mirrors, the deeper the emotional connection is becoming. 9. She forgets personal boundaries in small ways. If she borrows your jacket, sips from your drink without asking, scoots in closer on the couch, or leans her head on your shoulder just for a sec, these are her way of escalating physical closeness without making it a big deal. These little boundary pushes are mini steps toward more comfort and chemistry, and most guys let them fly right under the radar. The psychology behind it is fascinating, because when a woman starts crossing those invisible lines, it means she's letting her guard down. She's silently giving you permission to get closer to her physically and emotionally. 10. She tries to get a reaction by mentioning other men, then watches you. Sometimes she'll casually mention another guy, or say, my friend said, but then she watches your reaction. She's not necessarily playing games. She wants to see if you care, if you'll get a little protective, or if you'll step up. This quick scan for your reaction is a way of testing your level of interest in real time. If you stay calm, confident, and slightly amused, she feels that magnetic and pull even stronger, because it shows emotional control, which is one of the most masculine traits women respond to. If any of these signs feel familiar, you're already ahead of the curve. Most guys miss what's right in front of them. But now you know better. Attraction is rarely verbal. It's written in gestures, tones, reactions, and the subtle dance of tension between two people. If you start observing more instead of chasing, you'll begin to see how much women actually reveal when they're around a man they feel drawn to. And if you want to spot even more of the signals women drop sometimes right in the middle of small talk, stick around the next video on Psychology 2. 0 is all about how women use innocent conversation as a hidden invitation that most men never catch. Don't miss it, because once you understand how subtle communication works, you'll never look at an ordinary moment the same way again.